What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? What's cracking? What's percolating? What is really good in the hood? This is your man Theo Butler, my man Troy, and my man Marlo, and welcome to Fat Mouth Sports. Spend some time with us with
Ladies and gentlemen, it's season 3. We back. We back, baby.
We back.
I just, it feels good to say season 3. It's been a long. It's feel good to say season 3. But how you doing, young sir? How you doing today?
Man, look, I'm doing good. I feel good. Shout out to the Wolfpack flag football team. We won our very first game last night, 38-13. One of them hard line coaches, so I had to make sure the defense did a push up for every point that was surrendered, because we ain't trying to do that this year. But look, still is undefeated. My Georgia Bulldogs got to play Alabama on Saturday.
Well,
but other than that, hey, I'm doing good. LeBron James, we're gonna talk about that. The King, not the GOAT, not the GOAT, not the GOAT, not the GOAT. The King, not the GOAT. The King. The King won his 4th NBA trophy. Come on, somebody. The King. We can call him the King now. Me and you both acknowledge we're not calling him the GOAT. We know we both not doing that. But we can call him the King. We can call him the King. You come on. Mount Rushmore, number 2, right there by Mike. Right there by Mike. Right there by him. Right there by him. Right there, they stay on the same street. Just Mike get his mail first.
So we need to keep it real, because we haven't been keeping it real since MJ got into the league. And here's what I'm gonna say. 6-time NBA champion.
Yeah. Speak on it. Come on, somebody.
6 MVPs.
6. 6 times in a row.
19 NBA All-Star appearances.
19. Come on, somebody.
5-time.
5-time.
I'm sorry, excuse me. 10-time first All-NBA.
First, 10 times. Come on, somebody.
5-time second-team All-NBA.
Come on, somebody.
5-time NBA All-Defensive Team.
Yeah, all that.
6-time second NBA All-Defensive Team.
Yes.
NBA Rookie of the Year, and, because people ain't gonna know,
right?
His freshman squad beat the defending national champion.
We ain't even got to do all that. We ain't have to see. The thing
where I'm going, right? You know I'm going, right?
The thing is, you don't have to do that. Because people use numbers and like the twist. They say numbers never lie. They do if you don't supply them with context.
Yeah. So I'm here's where I'm going with this.
Like this. Go ahead. Because you ain't even have to give out all the stats. Because I could have summed this up for you real nice and neat. Go ahead, though.
We are so quick to be in the moment. When we gonna appreciate Kareem? We have never truly appreciated Kareem. And I used to get into this debate with my daddy, but I didn't even appreciate Kareem until everybody kept throwing LeBron numbers at me, and I had to go look.
Here's the thing. The issue with me and you, when it comes to Kareem, we came in on the tail end of his career. That's what that is.
That's the problem.
Me and you. So if you're younger than me and you didn't really see Kareem like that. No. You really, really didn't. But now here's the thing, and I'm not throwing any shade towards any NBA Hall of Fame. But we just gonna state the facts for what they were. When Kareem was playing in the league, you and I remember watching the Lakers play CBS basketball late at night. the league was not what it was transitioning to when Mike was in it. Yeah, you had some people. Yeah, you had my man Rudy Tomjanovich get knocked out, almost died. You know, you had that, but there was nothing like what they was doing to Mike. They ain't treat Magic like that. They ain't treat Kareem like that. Kareem would have welcomed Mike in with open arms. But bro, we talking about a dude that was literally frozen out of the NBA All-Star game. Ain't nobody do that. Ain't nobody do that to LeBron. And I like LeBron. See, I'm the person that likes LeBron. I'm the person that can say I like LeBron, but yes, Mike is the GOAT. Herman Edwards said it best. That's what I say. We could have summed this up. You play to win the game. You play to win the game. If you're playing this game, you play to win. James Harrison said it best himself. Man, we don't hand out consolation prizes. Ain't nobody accept no consolation prize for coming in second. So what we're participation trophies. Ain't nobody talking about participation trophies. So what we're literally doing, people that like LeBron James, because I look at it like this. When he got to the NBA Finals, what happened? If we set all this other stuff to the side and talk about what happened when they got to the NBA Finals, what we talking? Because the other dude that we talking about, y'all want to talk about playoff losses. Well, hell, LeBron got them too. Yeah. But we talking about when he got to the finals, what we talking about? Well, it's only me and you saw the dude go from, well, I don't weigh nothing, coming out of North Carolina, and I'm going to make it rain from about 15 feet and just dunk on you, to, oh, no. I'm going to start dissecting your defenses, a la LeBron James, a la Kobe Bryant. I'm going to start setting up my teammates, a la Kobe Bryant, a la LeBron James. We finna go get these rings. My will is finna be stronger than everybody else's will. It's only 3 cats that I can say that about. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. It takes a special type of person to go to, 9 NBA finals in a row? 8 NBA finals in a row? But now watch this. We don't say a damn thing about Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas.
Nope.
Didn't they go to 4 Super Bowls in a row? Ain't nobody sitting up there talking about Thurman Thomas is the best tailback that would play the game, that the Buffalo Bills were the best football team in the NFL, or that Jim Kelly is the best quarter, the GOAT. Jim Kelly went to 4 in a row. 4. We don't talk about them. We don't talk about the Buffalo Bills at all. Watch this. We really should talk about the Buffalo Bills more than what we do, because for a football team to play in 4 straight Super Bowls, that's damn near the same thing LeBron James did. What type of pressure we talking about? How many games you actually playing in the NFL season to go to 4 Super Bowls in a row? But we don't talk about the Buffalo Bills. No, why? Because they lost. We don't throw no accolades their way because they lost. Matter of fact, the Buffalo Bills lost 4 less Super Bowls than LeBron James. They lost 2 less Super Bowls than LeBron James did NBA title. But we don't talk about the Buffalo Bills. No shape, form, or fashion. So no, let's start giving LeBron James kudos for participating in the NBA Finals. No, bro. And like you tell the dude this morning, that NBA Finals loss to the Dallas Mavericks is unforgivable. Unforgivable.
So, and for everybody that don't know, I got into a little dust up with one of Theo Facebook friends over LeBron James because he wanted to throw Larry Bird in my face. And I just for this guy, for that guy, I need you to understand, since you want to think that the NBA crowd might, they did not. They went out of their way so much to screw Mike over. Oh, Mike, you got a Nike deal? Okay. All right. Oh, you going to wear black Nikes? Adam Silver. Please understand, the NBA commissioner at the time, his underling was Adam Silver, who is the current NBA commissioner. Sent Mike to come to New York to discuss black shoes. And told him, every time you wear them black shoes, we're gonna find you. Larry Bird was still in the league. Matt Johnson was still in the league, and they were still going to finals. Nobody handed Mike nothing. There were Jordan rules to make sure Mike wasn't handed nothing. Mike earned his in blood. And that's how it was back in the day.
let's look at it like this. LeBron James need to thank Michael Jordan that he can wear multicolored shoes when he wants to.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, all of us need to thank, everybody needs to give Michael Jordan a round of applause when we talk about these colorways. Because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be having this discussion. Basketball shoes would come in 2 colors, black or white.
Not only that, LeBron James need to be thankful that there are rules for fighting. And I ain't talking about, do you remember when, ladies and gentlemen, NBA players used to fight like baseball players, get sent to the bench, and then come back in the game? Don't cool off. All right, come on back in. And they'll fight again before the end of the game was over. So again, nobody handed Mike nothing. That's why, like, LeBron, I get it. Like, you supposed to take all these slights personal. Mike did. Everything. Mike invited the dude that started over him in high school to his Hall of Fame induction. Who does that? That is a level of petty that I don't understand.
Listen, it's one of the things where I sit there and I look at it and I'm like, you didn't say nothing bad about LeBron, but that's how bad it is. It's not that people dislike LeBron. It's people dislike LeBron James fans. You didn't say anything bad about LeBron. It's people be waiting for you to say something that they feel is a slight to the king. But, okay, as much as we say that, because I want to be fair, and y'all, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all the truth, keep it 100. Troy don't really care for LeBron James. I'm really only one of a few people on this show that actually likes the king. I'm just not going to call him the GOAT. Here's what we're looking at. When you look at LeBron James, at the end of the day, he lost to the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals. In his prime, I was rooting for him. He looked scared. See, nobody wants to talk about that. But see, I ain't Skip Bayless, but I ain't Nate Wright either. You see what I'm saying? He looked scared. I was like, LeBron, shoot, come on, bro. Don't do this. I was rooting hard against the San Antonio Spurs. Chris Bosh walked off the court in tears.
So
no, Chris Bosh, they had to carry Chris Bosh off the court. When they lost to the Dallas Mavericks, Chris Bosh had to be helped off the court. That's why when people talk to me about wins and losses and act like losing a championship game is no different than losing a playoff game or a regular season game, I'd be like, you're a damn lie. Stop that. Don't tell nobody else that.
So I'm going to give you a little anecdote, because I don't feel LeBron is in front of this person, but I'm going to give you a little anecdote. It was the NBA Finals with the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics. And Magic let time run out on him in the finals game, and they lost. And for a whole summer, they called Magic Johnson Tragic Magic. For a whole summer. He didn't lose to a less than squad. He lost to a squad with 3 Hall of Famers, and they call him Tragic Magic. I'm supposed to cut LeBron some slack? If who I think is still on Mount Rushmore as one of the greatest all-around players ever, I'm going to cut LeBron some slack when we wasn't cutting him. No, I can't do that. And it's nothing. We gotta get beyond this whole being top 5 is a bad thing. We got to get beyond that. Let me tell you something.
How are you gonna get beyond that if saying LeBron James is number 2 is a bad thing? Like if you say Mike is better than LeBron James, you trying to start a fist fight. Like you can't. Hey man, I got LeBron James number 2. What's up, cuz? What you say? What you talking about, cuz? He number 2. That's the GOAT, cuz. It's like, bro, I said he number 2. You know how many basketball players I didn't see come before this dude, and I put him at number 2? I'm like, you mad because I got him at number 2?
Listen, there are dudes that could score 50 on any given night that ain't top 20. Alice English, we don't even talk about him. Can just walk in the gym and score 50. We don't talk about him.
I'm finna say a name don't nobody talk about. Artis Gilmore.
Can walk into a gym, score 50. Chicago Bulls legend. Nobody talks about him. If you walk up to Artis Gilmore, and I'm not sure, I need to check if he's alive or not, but if you was to walk up to Artis Gilmore and be like, no, this LeBron James, this Michael Jordan, they was all at the bag of chips, and you standing in front of a legend, like, you disrespectful little trolls, appreciate the beauty of basketball for what it is. It's okay to be top 5.
You know what it is? This is the era of fake news.
Yeah.
We didn't make it. We didn't invent it. And I'm gonna say it like this. The reason why people wore Jordans back in the day, be like Mike, because Mike was a winner. Mm-hmm. You wanted to be like, hey man, I'm undefeated in the NBA final. It's almost as if being undefeated doesn't mean anything. But if that's the case, why in the hell we have college championships? Well, we got the top 4 teams. Like, being undefeated matters.
You know what? I figured it out. This is the generation when they stopped keeping score in Little League games. Remember that? They stopped keeping score, so of course they're going to think that way.
I never understood. I mean, this me and you. I never understood being happy with losing. I never understood that. I get mad. I'm irate. I don't want to talk to anybody. Y'all telling me y'all fine with it by saying LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. He lost 6. Lost 6.
I don't want.
You got me bashing LeBron, and that I didn't start off this way. I like LeBron. LeBron is a clear-cut number 2. Listen, y'all hit me up in my DM. All I'm gonna tell you is 6-0. 6 times 6-0, 6-0, 6-0. 6-0. That's all I'm gonna talk about. 6-0. When we talk about winning, I don't want no losses when I'm talking to who I consider to be the GOAT. LeBron James is number 2. Now, if Michael Jordan had lost just as many games as LeBron James, we got something to talk about then. Michael Jordan had lost as many NBA championships as LeBron James had. We got a nice debate going on.
This was the 90s. If Mike would have lost one of those finals, we're not talking about him like we talk about him now. Let's just be honest. We still talk about Kareem. It just is what it is. Like, nobody has his numbers. We will be talking about Kareem.
You know what else makes it special? We don't talk about this, because just like we talked about LeBron James going to 8 in a row, we talk about the Buffalo Bills going to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row. Michael Jordan went, because before Mike, let's be clear, because a lot of fans don't remember this. The only team that I think win 3 in a row was the Lakers.
The Lakers.
Before Mike, Magic got it on the first. Pat said it, then Mike, then Magic said it, and they looking at each other and they say, "Hey, don't say nothing else. We don't know we can win the same." Hey, shh, don't say that, bro.
The Boston sitting at home like, "Oh, that's what we're doing."
Yeah,
that's what we're doing on TV. By the way, kids, this was back when it was on like really 4 channels. You had cable, you was doing the big, but it was like 4 channels, so everybody saw this speech.
Come on. So we sitting up here. Mike came in. Everybody that was rooting for Mike, and I this is what I need fans to understand. We saw him go through adversity, like we saw LeBron James go through adversity. This is where people get it misconstrued when you're rooting for both of them, because both of them are nice guys. Their personalities are something for you to like. When Mike won his first, we like, yeah, come on, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We wasn't really expecting nothing else. We like, you got your first one, might not ever get another one. Okay, that's what it is. Then my dog ran the fade back. He said, oh, I got another one. We like, whoa, we ain't seen nobody do this since the Lakers and the Celtics. Boy, you got 2 of them things. Well, come on, boy, all right. Then he did it 3 times in a row. We was like, the hell. Because you beat the Lakers the first time around, and us that saw him beat the Lakers, we still like Magic Johnson, James Worthy. Then he turned around and what? He beat Gary Payton now? Oh, no.
No, he beat the Portland Trail Blazers.
He beat the Portland. Many of us like Clyde Drexler. And some people don't. 5 slammer jammer. We was looking at it. We was waiting on this because fans, the only other person we talked about dunking like Mike was dunking on folks was Clyde Drexler. So we wanted to see this. It was a lot. Sam Bowie was involved in this because he was the dude that the Portland Trail Blazers took before Mike. There was a lot of stuff going on in this matchup. Clyde Drexler is a Hall of Famer. Mike said, "I'ma holler at you." Then we got the third game. We said, "Oh man, you finna play again." Who was this? Who was this one? Charles Barkley? The round mound, the rebound for the third championship? Come on, Charles Barkley. We saw Charles Barkley at 6'4" punking Horace Grant. Hey, Horace. I couldn't understand why a dude 6'4" is backing down and dominating a dude 6 inches taller than him in the paint. You shooting him out on the perimeter is one thing, but we knew Charles wasn't the workout beast that Horace was, so we still didn't understand it. Charles was giving Horace the business, giving him that work.
You got to acknowledge country strong. There's a difference between weight strong and, you know what, I might have to pull a tractor strong.
You know what? That ain't 6'10". You 6'4", I'm 6'10". You can't be no power forward talking about dominating nothing if I got you about 6 inches. Nothing. Not a nothing. But Charles was giving it to him. Yeah. Then, thank you so much for since they did, released the movie, the Michael Jordan special, The Last Dance. Thank y'all for confirming what I always knew to be the truth in regards to why Mike was gone for 2 years. Thank you. Anyway, Mike, I still love you. Don't send nobody to my house because I ain't actually say why you was gone for 2 years. I just said thank you for confirming.
Wait,
he ran back.
We don't have a problem with Mike. We have a problem with Pat Riley. We don't talk about Pat Riley. Everybody else we talk about. We don't talk about Pat Riley.
Man, hold on, bro. Hold on. You got. Don't nobody talk about why Mike was gone for 2 years. So I'm not talking about Pat Riley, why that whole thing transpired.
Nope.
But how many years was it since Mike was missing for 2 years and nobody discusses why he was missing? Nobody talks about why. Like, bro, you would still get your Chicago Bull paychecks, bro, while he's playing baseball. That's awfully, something about that, it's got, there's some. It's some questions. I got questions. But since ain't nobody else asked them questions, I'm going to keep them to myself because I don't want to come up here.
I just want to point out that Stan Van Gundy went from coaching 2 Hall of Famers to in the press box, and nobody wants to talk about it. And that's all I'm going to talk about it.
You know what? Here we go. The 2 greatest unsolved mysteries in the rap game. Who killed Biggie? Who killed Tupac? The 2 greatest unsolved mysteries in sports. Why was Mike gone for like 2 seasons, and why did Van Gundy stop coaching? Because nobody talks about them 2 things at all. Them two great unsolved mysteries in sports. Mike was still getting his basketball paycheck while he was playing triple and double A baseball.
By the way, that's the same owner, same organization. Just one.
Same owner.
Just,
like you ain't getting your double A, triple A baseball checks. I'm giving you your Chicago Bull paychecks while you playing baseball. And I was good with it. Like you went from playing basketball to my baseball team. Everybody knew. Man, come on.
That double A baseball check was probably paying off the bookie, but that's all we're gonna say about that. Anyway, moving along. So we got to talk about the University of Florida and Dan Mullen. Don't
go there. Go where you want to go. Go to Tom Brady.
No, not yet. I want, because it's University of Florida. Listen. If ever there was a time to take a swing at the University of Florida after Bobby Bowden got out of the hospital, now is the time.
Talking about they lost because they didn't have enough fans in the building.
Oh, so this fool said last week that the atmosphere at Texas A&M was great, but he wanted to see a sellout crowd at Ben Griffin, whatever the name of the stadium is, in
Swamp,
Gainesville.
man, Swamp. That's what it is. Swamp.
He wanted a sold out arena in the Swamp, and I was thinking, I'm glad that I didn't do a Monday morning quarterback because I probably would have got in trouble. I'm glad we ain't had nothing going on. We was gonna wait to season 3. I'm glad that wasn't going on. Because in my mind, I was thinking, he's a damn fool. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and he want 90,000+. 90,000+ at a stadium.
Why you sound surprised though? They
Well,
don't. They wanted the football. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and they wanted the football season.
So
wait,
I believe God. So I believe we are now back in Old Testament God, and I ain't wishing nothing on people. So don't get me. But there are certain people that's been playing with this pandemic that God has smite them.
Yeah,
and we haven't seen smite God in a very, very long time. But smite God was like, boom, you got it now. Boom, you got it now. So smite God said, oh, so you want 90,000 people to be at risk. All right. University of Florida have multiple positive COVID tests, and their game against LSU is now postponed.
Yeah.
This is probably their biggest game of the season after they lost to Texas A&M, and now it's been postponed. So I can't say, and I sat through that game, and I didn't know who to cheer for because you know how much I hate Jimbo. You know how much I hate Jimbo. And it's the University of Florida and Jimbo.
You need help? I'm finna tell you. Knowing that your co-host is a Georgia Bulldog fan, you root for any team going against Florida except for Georgia. Yeah, well, you know, you root for any team going against Florida. Bruh, I be wanting Florida to get it. Because, now here we go. I'm going to say this, and this is out of respect and love for you. You're the only Florida State fan I know that's got some damn sense. Everybody else, they the reason why you don't like Florida State. Listen, I'm in Tallahassee. I'm going to tell you straight up, Florida State fans get on my damn nerves. It's like you don't have no realistic expectations whatsoever. Man, we finna beat you. No, you not. No, you not. And the only worse fan than a Florida State fan is a Florida Gator fan. They obnoxious for no damn reason. It's like, I get you liking your program, but shut up. Y'all ain't done nothing in a minute. And they look at me as a Georgia Bulldog and like, yeah, y'all ain't won a national championship since 1980. We got it though. You talking to me like we ain't got nothing in the cupboard. We got food in the kitchen. We got 2 of them things in the kitchen. Some programs can't say that. That said, y'all suck now. Act like it. Be humble like Georgia fans were when we was losing. We was walking around like this.
All right, so since we here, last year there was a press conference, and at that press conference, the AD of Florida State said 6-6 ain't good enough. So I asked my co-host, and I know I need to try and tailor my language because of YouTube algorithms, and we want to get monetized and all of that. What the fuck is 0-8? If 6-6 ain't good enough, what you gonna do by 0-8? And I don't want to hear Herb Street and nobody else tell me about no goddamn culture at Florida State and flim and try to blow smoke up my ass like I'm stupid. You fired a man who was 6-6 who was building your program. Your recruiting has gone into the crapper. And if you don't know your recruiting is going into the crapper, just take a look at your transfer portal. Them kids ain't leaving for no reason. See, 1 or 2 kids, oh, they disgruntled, they bad apples, and you Florida State fans and these alumni groups and these booster groups on Facebook, y'all some damn idiots. Ain't no 16 churning no bad apples.
You really want me to answer this question? Because I don't want to. Because if I answer this question, I'm gonna tell the truth because I don't know how to lie, and people gonna get mad.
I mean, you know how I feel about old cornrows, so you ain't gonna say nothing that's gonna offend me.
Okay, first of all, let's look at it. I'm gonna start here all these things are obvious. It's just a matter of whether or not you're a fanatic. If you're a fanatic, you're gonna look past all of them. But all of these things are prevalent because they all have affected the Florida State football program as well as some other programs in the state of Florida. And I'll let you know when I'm specifically talking about Florida State. But let's look at the state of Florida. How many D1 schools in the state of Florida?
Whew, it's what, 20 now?
It's too many. It's too many. The worst thing that could have happened to the state of Florida was when UCF went undefeated. I get it. It was a great thing for Central Florida. But if you were the original Big Three, that was the worst thing that could have happened for you because now kids realize that they didn't have to go to your school and sit on the bench for 2 to 3 seasons before they got their playing time. They could go somewhere else, play, start immediately, get that NFL contract. Okay, that's obvious. That's obvious. That's obvious. If you look at the schools that are really, really doing something, it's them. It's them. Maybe another 2 schools over here, but it's them. Now let's address the other issue in the room. And this one is specifically towards Florida State, but it's impacted quite a few other programs as well. How did you fire your last coach? Your last coach was terminated early, not because the program was bad, but because of the color of his skin. Nobody wants to address the elephant in the room. You had boosters, a la when Charlie Strong went to Texas, they didn't want him at Florida State no way because he was a black coach. Derogatory mail, hate mail, racist mail, because you happen to hire a person who, watch this, you happen to hire a person whose ethnicity makes up 75% of your football program. And you told him that even though he was good enough to play, he wasn't good enough to lead. I'm sorry, boosters. Our black sons ain't us. You ain't finna tell them they good enough to play, but they ain't good enough to coach or shut up and dribble. They like, okay, bet game. I ain't even gotta come here. That's what wind up happening. You got black kids that's like, I ain't got it. When you show your behind as a out and out program that has racist people in it, if you don't do your best to check it, these kids won't come to your school. They ain't got to. They ain't got to come to the school if they live in the same state. They definitely ain't got to come to that school if they stay out of state. This is what's wrong with Florida State. Miami has been able to navigate through this because Mark Richt ain't say nothing stupid. The cat that they hire now is a Latino head coach who looks white, so they're not going to say anything about him. The players love him. The Latino community loves him, as they should. So Miami been able to basically keep their noses up out this particular puddle. Let's go to Dan Mullen. Bro, you ain't accomplished nothing. As a football head coach, you've accomplished nothing. The sad part is Dan Mullen got a big mouth. He don't know how to shut up. He write checks. His players got to cash. But your players ain't good enough to cash them checks that you write. You got people now that don't like Florida because of Dan Mullen's mouth. Shut up. Stop writing bulletin board material. He one quarterback injury away from his season being completely derailed because Felipe ain't there. Trash kids, great kid, great quarterback, strong arm, knows how to decipher all coverages and everything like that. Great kid. Risk taker. Somebody gonna light his ass up. You gonna take this L. Let me go back to that. Did I say Dan Mullen was an asshole? You asking for people, huh?
I'm not sure, but you go ahead. You bashing the Gators. So I mean,
asshole.
Yeah,
you literally sat up and said you lost the game because the stadium wasn't packed. You don't know how to say you just got outcoached. Your players got outplayed. You finna blame it on the left. How you gonna prepare for the next game when what you saying is, man, if our fans don't show up, we gonna take this L. Is this really the message you delivering?
I remember.
Florida fanatics, though, would tell you that he's justified in saying what he's saying, which is why they're taking them L's.
So,
listen, I don't know what Florida going to do. Because they play us, it's always a rivalry game, and rivalry games always have a little extra added motivation to them. But Dan need to get together. He might be fired after next season.
So I'm gonna say 2 things. Now that he's out of the hospital, the one thing that I respected about Bobby will play anybody anywhere. Bobby said, we'll play you in a parking lot. We don't care. He ain't need fans. Bobby said, we just play the game. And I also say this about the University of Florida. The one thing that the University of Florida will do is, University of Florida will get you up out of there if you ain't winning.
Yep.
It ain't going to take, but a couple times you lose the Tennessee, you lose to Georgia, you lose to Florida State, you go.
You got
to. You go. So, and again, I'm gonna leave all of that alone. We're gonna go ahead and see past that. But I just want to know, did you see the game last night? Did you see
I didn't. I can't say I saw the game last night. Cause I had a game last night.
So I'm gonna give you my thought process.
You talking about the stiff arm? You talking about the mighty stiff arm?
Well, we're gonna get to the stiff arm because I'm gonna make it some way. I'm gonna bring it back around to the Raiders because I gotta be able to bring it back around to the Raiders. So my Raiders beat the Chiefs, and like I told y'all at the beginning of the season, I like the way our team constructed. I'm a little shaky about the coach, but the way we constructed, I like the way we constructed. And we got a shot to be in a wild card. Because even though we beat the man, I don't think we're going to win the division. I know we're better than Denver. I know we're better than I know we're better than San Diego. We're going to be second in the division, unless something amazing bounce our way. We're going to be second in the division. So I knew we was going to be in the wild card hunt. And I kept hearing people say, oh, what about Buffalo? And Buffalo this and blah, 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 blah. Man, fuck Buffalo.
Wow.
And that's what Tennessee said last night. Oh, we got this. They was calling this boy an MVP candidate. Who? Well,
they did the same thing. They did the same thing about Daniel Dimes, though. They drafted him. The Giants drafted him from Duke. And I didn't know that's what we was doing. I thought we was only getting doctors out of Duke, the basketball players. I didn't know that's where we went to go get football players.
I was like, okay, so let me watch this game. And I admit I was half watching. I'm like, okay, well, Buffalo gonna beat Tennessee because Tennessee ain't had no practice for 2 days. I'm sorry, allegedly, because they got in trouble for having practice at a high school when they weren't supposed to be having any activities. Right. But allegedly, they only had 2 practices. So Tennessee coming in that thing, and first of all, we need to check Derrick Henry birth certificate. He out there playing with little league kids. And we ain't checked his birth certificate. Hey,
hold on. We ain't checking Derrick Henry's birth certificate if we didn't check LeBron James' birth certificate coming out of high school.
I'm sorry. I'm sure he was 15 playing 6th grade football. Because that's what that looked like last. Defensive backs in the NFL. If your last name, if you are not a reincarnation of Steve Atwater, stop running up on this dude.
John Lynch.
Stop running up on this dude. Just stop it. Stop it. Because you ain't, listen, all you're going to do is hurt yourself trying to hurt him.
Listen, I want to thank the men upstairs. For as long as I played football, being my height, my size, I never had that happen to me. Like, and then he talked too much. Like, I don't know if I could. I gotta delete my Twitter account after that. Like, I can't talk to y'all no more. Like, come on, man. But you know what that was? I'm gonna say this because looking up that forearm, that stiff arm from Derrick Henry, I had to go look up. And I'm gonna say this. Troy's gonna appreciate this because he's a Florida State fan, Florida State alumni. Greg Jones. That still ain't it. That's as bad as nice as that was. That still ain't the Greg Jones stiff arm. The Greg Jones stiff arm, y'all look that up. Y'all check that up on YouTube. Greg Jones, former running back for the Florida State Seminoles. He hit this dude from North Carolina with a stiff arm that lifted the dude up, out of his cleats, and took his helmet off. That's all I got to say.
And somebody kept telling me, oh, well, that's what they signed up for. Nobody signs up for that. Nobody.
Hold on for a second. Go ahead, Josh. No, we did not. I did talk to him again. He came back in the room. He said something about ordering some from Wish. But we're going to talk it up. I'm doing this show right now. All right. Real life stuff, people. Real stuff happens in real life.
Of course.
But yeah, that stiff arm. I'm like Steve. First of all, shout out to Skip Bayless because Skip Bayless asked the question himself, "Why you ain't go low?" Shannon was talking about he tried to chop his arm. I'm not chopping at nothing like that, bro.
It's a tree trunk. You don't.
What was he going to look? If Josh Norman would have chopped at Derrick Henry's arm, all he would have been doing is chopping at Derrick Henry's arm. And that was going to look worse because he missed his arm. You know what would be worse is he hit his stiff arm his arm went up like this, and then he got mushed in the face down on the ground. That would have made it 3 times worse. No, man, you don't hit a grown man up like that high. You don't. You go for the wrap up. Matter of fact, if he stick his arm out, you reaching for his arm. You trying to grab him down by his arm because you know the arm is gonna be embarrassing. You know it's coming. You gotta look for the arm. Don't try and hit the arm. Grab the arm. And then he going out of bounds. Let him go out of bounds. Let him go. Run him out of bounds. Don't do that. Act like you tried to hit him. Don't do that.
He didn't let him run out of bounds. He was in the air.
No, what I'm saying is Derrick Henry was turning the corner. You should have just ran him out of bounds. Act like you want to hit him. Don't run up on him and then he toss you out of bounds and he's still running upfield. Josh Norman had the inside track. Derrick Henry was outside. He was near the sideline. He ran up on this grown man, right arm. And this grown man with his right arm took him and threw him to his left side. Do you know what? Man, come on, man. If you Josh Norman, what are you saying in film study today? I got COVID.
Oh, I know. Listen, Josh, listen to Uncle Troy. Let me tell you what you do when you go to your meet. When you go to your defensive meet, walk into the meeting and say, the next motherfucker talk while I'm talking is getting shot. That'll end all of that. You got to be tough. But again, you just got mushed. So you're taking a risk with that because if I'm in the front row and you start talking all that, yeah, and I'll be like, you weren't talking at Derrick Henry after he mushed you.
You weren't talking at the Derrick Henry last night. You was not talking at the Derrick Henry last night. And Derrick.
What is you looking for on your arm?
Oh, listen, I'm sorry, fans. I don't know how this thing works. I had a mole on my arm removed. I got stitches. Doctor said that it had a root in it. I didn't know a mole could actually have a root in it. So this is my first time actually having stitches. So I'm trying to do the stitches fall out on their own? They dissolve? What's going on?
Yeah, some of them dissolve. Yeah, some of them dissolve. I had surgery and I had ones that dissolve.
So I got the gold stitches. Like I ain't get black stitches. I got gold stitches. So I don't know if the gold stitches supposed to dissolve on their own. Somebody's supposed to pull them out. I don't know how this works. You know, they've been in there for like 3 weeks now. So I'm looking at it. I'm tired of looking at the stitches. I want them to go away. The mole is gone, pretty good. So I'm like, do I need to go to the doctor and have the stitches removed? Like they're gonna fall out, they're gonna dissolve. What's going on? You know, I keep looking at it. I'm sorry. It's real life over here. It's real life. Cosmetic surgery, real life.
So, all right.
What the gold stitches do? They dissolve on their own, they fall out.
I don't know. Because I don't remember the color. I think mine was black when I had my
Do they do one or the other? Or do they have to get taken out?
I think they have to they either one or the other. It just depends on which ones they put in.
So one either dissolve or they fall out?
Yeah.
Ain't no such thing as I got to go in and take it out. It's gonna come out on its own.
Oh yeah, only in extreme cases.
Okay, I ain't got no extreme cases, just a moment. Yeah. But
so,
yeah, hey, real life fans, real life. We talk about real stuff over here. Troy told y'all that before y'all joined the podcast. He told y'all we talk about real stuff.
Yeah. So I was hoping Marlo would call in, but I know he had, a busy week this week.
Marlo don't need to call in for you to harass that man about Tom Brady.
So
that's what you're gonna do is beat that man up by Tom Brady. You're gonna start it off probably by saying fuck Tom Brady.
No, I want to remind everybody in season 2, in the beginning of the season, and Theo gonna be mad with me too. When we start making predictions about divisions, and I said Chicago Bears in the NFC Central.
You did. You said that. You said that.
And you said you're gonna have faith in Mitchell Trubisky. And I didn't want to have faith in Mitchell Trubisky. But Aaron Rodgers was playing like a dead dog for the last 2 seasons, so I couldn't call Green Bay. Like this Green Bay is an aberration. But Chicago, I knew Chicago had a pass rush. And I knew when Chicago played the Bucs, that pass rush is gonna be live and in effect. I also didn't know that Nick Foles was going to be quarterbacking. And who could have predicted the Bucs couldn't stop Nick Foles in the regular season? Like, I can't even blame Butler for that. Because, like, if I'm like, well, I got Mitch Trubisky or Nick Foles, I'm going to take my chances with the Bucs because I don't think they can beat nobody. I watched that game, Theo. And I'm looking because, Raiders had won. So I'm like.
So I had my Steelers. Shout out to the Steelers. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to get to them. I'm going to get to them because we owe that boy an apology, but we're gonna get to them. So I'm like, is the Bucs really about to lose? And when I said it this season, and I was just joking, I said every defensive lineman in the league want a piece of Tom Brady. Chicago got them a piece, a leg, and a thigh. Listen, the Bucs do not have the offensive line y'all thought they had. And Tom Brady is cussing at them boys because I told y'all they got the offensive line from Target and it wasn't going to work. Because I know for a fact that the Bears got a defensive end from Sears Roebuck, and he coming.
Bro, that ain't from Sears Roebuck, bro. That's from Macy's.
He coming. And the moment you double him, now you got to deal with all them other dudes. And so, like, y'all, listen. I know y'all want to keep talking like I kept saying Drew Brees ain't dead. The Bucs looking at a wild card. Because, listen, New Orleans finding ways to win, like they making up ways to win. Marshawn Lattimore was getting beat like a rug. And all of a sudden, at the end of the game, he made a play. I think Drew went over to, look, man, you make me lose this game, you cut. You know you cut, right? Because we're going outside. We ain't playing in the dome no more. We're going outside in Baton Rouge. So you messed this up, you cut. That boy made the play. Shout out to, you know what? We're going too far. What? Tyrod Taylor done kicked some babies. He done knocked over some old ladies in the street because everywhere he go, something happened where it's not his team. Like, how does the team physician puncture a lung? Like, at this point, I'm starting to think it's a conspiracy. Like, we need this boy coming on. We need to get him on. We need to get him in the game.
Oh, I was already there. Now, the only thing that I want to know is, can Tyrod Taylor ever play football again?
If he cannot, the Chargers owe him a whole bunch of money.
Now, here's where I'm at with it. Because we talking about conspiracy. I'm not too far from that. Because didn't Tyrod Taylor get a mysterious injury in Buffalo? And all of a sudden, he couldn't play no more? This was after Buffalo knew he was the starting quarterback after they drafted a quarterback in the first round. Next thing you know, Tyrod Taylor not playing no more. We don't know what's going on. Same thing in San Diego. Listen, where there is smoke, there is a fire. Tyrod Taylor, we know he was in Buffalo. We know he wasn't doing bad in Buffalo, but he wasn't necessarily knocking doors down in Buffalo. Tyrod Taylor developed a mysterious injury that came out of left field. I think he pulled a muscle or something like that. He never saw the field again. So here we go to San Diego. And now in each and every instance, underplayed what Tyrod Taylor was doing and overplayed what these guys were doing as soon as they started. What was his boy? Oh, everybody talking about he the latest, greatest now?
Yeah. Listen, his performance on the field, I can't take that from him. But
you couldn't take nothing away from Tyrod Taylor.
That's what I'm saying. I can't see. I am not seeing a drastic difference in this team because they still not winning. This boy just chucking the ball all over the field.
Exactly. That's where we at. So
I think there will be more wins because Tyrod can create more opportunities with his leg than this boy can. But like, it's not. This boy ain't heads and shoulders above Tyrod. It's not. It's not. So
he's not. And I'm gonna say this. This finna piss some people off. I see what they're doing. I see what they're doing. These quarterbacks that don't look like me, you refer to them as mobile quarterbacks. You praise about their ability to be able to move and deliver the football. You ain't really talking about that about Lamar Jackson. You ain't really talking about that. You ain't really talking like that about Lamar Jackson. You talk about that about Russell Wilson, but I don't see it, because you don't talk about these mobile black quarterbacks being as smart as you talk about these other. What we talking about? What we talking about Joe Burrow? Or we brag about how Joe Burrow's able to escape the pocket and everything like that, but keep his head down the field. Only thing we talk about black quarterbacks is them being able to get out the pocket. Look how he made somebody miss.
I just want to go ahead and restate: the Southern delegation claims Russell Wilson as a black quarterback. We don't care what Theo say.
No. Russell Wilson. Oh, you know what? No, I gotta keep. Y'all know me. I can't really do the line thing. Russell Wilson is biracial. The only reason why Russell Wilson is called black is because white folks call him black. Patrick Mahomes.
Hold on. No. He is black. He went out and found. Once he realized, dude, I'm a cornball. I'm okay with being a cornball. He went and had an R&B chick whisper in his ear. Now he wearing gold chains and furs in the summertime twerking. He is a black quarterback.
Hey, Sierra done flipped him. Listen, I said, ooh, he got his own show now and everything like that. He got a little fur collar over there.
He got lions in his house. He doing interviews in front of lion pictures.
Look, wait.
I see you, cornball.
I see you, he talking about black issues now. Look, he talking about black issues now and everything. Yeah. Like, hey, Russell, you a brother to me, man. I mean, I ain't never been like that, but it's the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. It's the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. Now, they want to adopt Patrick because Patrick like bright and damn near white, if not at all. But no, Patrick a brother. You biracial. Yeah. But now, they talk about Patrick and Russell the same way they talk about these non-dark-skinned quarterbacks is what I'm saying.
Of course.
They rave about it. But like,
and hold on. And oh, man, it's the NFL. There's so much dive into the NFL. And I'll get to my Raiders later. But let's talk about this Lamar Jackson situation. Because this whole, the passing game, this and that, let's be real. You got rid of your tight end. Marshall Yonder, your Hall of Fame guard, retired. Of course the passing game is going to suffer because the only thing you got is a cat to go deep, but you will not. And I get it. You will not give AB a shot, and I completely understand why. However, you either A, going to run the option, or B, you're going to go out and get you a Dez Bryant, or AB. You're going to go get somebody off the trash heap to try and change this passing game. Because it is absolutely not what it should be.
Now watch this. It's going to be a problem when they play the Steelers, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Steelers fan, but the Steelers are predicated. They built their team, their defense. I'm not going to say it, mention offense. They built their defense for Lamar Jackson.
Now you just continuing our disrespect of the Steelers passing game, and I say that
no. The reason I want to say it is because the Steelers passing game is nice. Chase Claypool, we can talk about that later on down the road. I got nothing but stark raving review. But what I'm saying is the Steelers built their defense, and the Cleveland Browns as well. They built their defenses specifically to deal with Lamar Jackson. That means if he ain't got nobody to throw the ball to, they're going to hit him and hit him often. And it's some fools on the defensive side of the ball in Pittsburgh and in Cleveland that ain't got good sense.
And from we need to expand our offense mindset, I kind of get it. But y'all need to stop laying blame. And I get it. Sometimes we blame the quarterback for more than what we really need to be blaming him for. And we see the highlights. The dudes are covered. He's trying to force passes in there, but they're not getting uncovered. And the only one that is getting uncovered is 20 yards downfield, but he ain't got that much time to chuck the ball downfield like that. Again, your pass is even tight end gone, so who you gonna throw it to? But I'm gonna leave that alone, and I'm gonna get directly to the apology. In season 2, myself and Theo made we was pointing and laughing and giggling over the wide receiver from Notre Dame. Granted, it's one game with 4 touchdowns. However, my Mad Mutt team is now transformed because you are now on the squad. So I owe you an apology because, again, when was the last time you heard of a wide receiver from Notre Dame? Tim Brown? That was the last one? Rocket?
Chase Claypool is giving defense headaches. Now, you got now here's the sad part, because I'm finna break this on down and you can be like, Theo, you right. Juju Smith-Schuster is still on his rookie contract. Now, I'm gonna tell you what the Steelers did. Because if what they did works, bro, ain't nobody gonna want to see this. James Washington, they got him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he doing his thing, right? We got Chase Claypool, right? He doing his thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Juju Smith-Schuster is doing his thing. Let's not act like they ain't draft somebody else from Toledo. And he doing his thing. So I'm sitting up here, if you are a defense coordinator right now, you got Juju, who is a solid number 2. I think, it is what it is. Because I think to be an elite number 2, if you ain't Hines Ward, we asking questions. You know what I'm saying? You got to have somebody take the roof off. Juju Smith-Schuster is doing his thing. But if the Steelers built a legitimate receiving core up under everybody's noses while we was like, what the hell are y'all doing? Man, come on. Man, get another quarterback. They're like, no. We're gonna go get another receiver out the same conference that we got Antonio Brown from. We got James Washington that like to go deep and will high point the ball. He got long arms. Then we got Juju, who gonna just have fun and do you underneath all day long. Then we're gonna get Chase Claypool too, 6'4" receiver that's running by folks and will high point the ball. Now, here's the sad part. All these fools you can line up in the slot. All these fools you can line up in the slot. And these receivers for Pittsburgh, except for Chase Claypool because of who he is and what he's doing, they damn near interchangeable. So who you D'ing up?
So Theo, y'all only missing one missing piece to make this. And just so happened, the hapless New York Jets paid $26 million for 18 games and then cut him. Don't do that. Don't do that. He will change your entire offense overnight.
Bro, I'm shaking my head because it's like one of them things, damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's like, I don't like the way he conducted himself in Pittsburgh because he was selfish. I don't like the way Antonio Brown conducted himself in Pittsburgh because he was selfish. That said, there's no dismissing the talent that was there. Now, yeah, I'm a Steelers fan. Yeah, I would love to go get another Super Bowl, go get my 7th Super Bowl ring. But if they couldn't get it done when they were there, there's no reason why Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger, and Le'Veon Bell never made it to a Super Bowl. No reason. I'm not even finna give Tom Brady that credit. They were selfish. Selfish as hell. So I don't like saying never, but you would have to know that Le'Veon Bell was in it to win a championship. And Le'Veon Bell, if nothing else, has let it be known he's not in it to win a championship. He's in it for the money.
Well, he got his money. Like, and just
no, he got some money. We don't know if he's happy with that money.
He got his guaranteed money because the Jets screwed up.
No, I'm saying I know that, but we don't know if he's happy with that money. He might want more money. So no, he's good over there. I mean, we 4-0. We 4-0. Have your 8. Listen, Le'Veon Bell, Have your agent hit us up. We're not calling you. We don't have to.
Oh, so
And Rick, watch this. You need to hope and pray we lose to Cleveland this weekend, because if we beat Cleveland, what change you looking for to come to us, that's gonna drop. So yeah, you need to hope we lose to Cleveland.
Oh man, we're talking so much football. I'm gonna take a break from football real quick, and we got to give Sue Bird her credit. She got another championship. But and is it me or do the women have their stuff together better than me? Because their protests had no issues except for the Atlanta owner, but fuck her. But even her team was protesting. You know what I mean? It was just.
Well, I mean, if we look at it, if we had to talk about it, women do group together. And ladies, please do not lump me in and say that this is a male chauvinist statement, because it really is something that I have seen women do, which it speaks volumes about women. Women do come together faster than men do.
They're more organized. Let's just more organized.
The sisterhood thing is real, so shout out to her for that. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, for her to be playing as long as she's played in the game, still being able to perform at an elite level, man, I love it. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Her doing what she was able to do. It gives me hope. Hey, Theo, you can still play some flag football. You got about maybe 5 more years left in.
I've died and gone to hell.
Why you say that?
Number 5, North Carolina is playing Florida State this weekend. It's going to be on air. Number 5, North Carolina.
Ooh, you said you wanted to get away from football, though. You just double back. You just came to football. Why would you do that to yourself?
It just flashed up on the screen. I was minding my own business. Was in the podcast, and I went. And
so you feel some type of because y'all playing North Carolina?
It's a weird.
We play Alabama.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me say this. It is a weird world when Florida State is in the ACC. North Carolina is number 5, and we got 1 win. And that 1 win ain't against nobody worth talking about.
Who y'all beat? The Raging Cajuns?
We beat JV State. We beat Junior Varsity State and struggled in the first half against Junior Varsity. We was losing going into the third. I want to say we was losing going into the 4th quarter. Like, and ESPN, because they love for me to have punchlines. When you was looking at the scores, it went from Jacksonville State, Jayville State to JV State. I went, So I get what you're trying to say, ESPN, and I understand. This team is struggling against JV State. And I have to take it's Florida State, dog. Like, Florida State accidentally recruit 3-star recruits on accident. There's no way in life JV State should even be on the same level as Florida State.
Why not? Ain't they in the state of Florida?
No, Jacksonville State is in Alabama, I want to say.
They are? I thought they were in Florida.
Mm-mm.
They're D1 school?
They FCS.
Well, Florida State got slightly better than FCS talent.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Here's the best part. They played 2 games until the spring. 2, because they need the money. They played Florida State and almost won. We almost gave somebody $500,000 to beat our ass.
Yeah. You wouldn't have been the first school to do that. Michigan did that with Appalachian State several years ago.
We ain't. Oh, Jesus. We are not. If y'all think I want to run this dude out of town now, had we lost to JV State, I would have been kicked out of every alumni booster group on Facebook. I would have took out full-blown paper ads explaining why the AD and the coach need to go. And let's be clear, basketball cannot save the athletic director. Basketball cannot save the athletic director because that's the only thing saving him.
I just want to ask the question. Why did this dude have cornrows in his head?
That is, you know what? That is the unsolved mystery. If they ever let me into the press room, which you know they not, that will be my first question. Can you explain why?
I have so many questions because I see the cornrow. I saw the picture, and my question is, who are you trying to be then, and who are you trying to be now? Because you cornrows, broad daylight. That picture was taken in broad daylight. He took that picture outside. I mean, he walked outside. Quite a few people saw him with that in his head. Who was he doing that for? Because I'm trying to figure out. See, fans. Here we go. There's some stuff me and Troy like. There's some stuff that you're not gonna appreciate and truly understand unless you black. Like it's a whole black thing. Like we would have seen this dude come outside with some cornrows, and we would have been like, bruh, what you doing? The only way he can make this right is if he was dating a sister at the time. Because you gotta tell him, and when I say make it right, not like he was making fun of people, but it's like the question, why? This not a common thing. This ain't something dude. It ain't like he's a female, Caucasian female, and he walked outside with his hair like that. That's totally acceptable. You a whole Caucasian dude. And didn't he have on a polo shirt? A collar polo shirt?
Yeah. So
you gotta tell me how cornrows, white dude, and polo shirt go together.
And so
he had the Snoop Dogg cornrows in 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Mike Norville and Snoop Dogg is at the door, ready to make an entrance.
But you know his, like, let's just be honest, his black friends didn't like him because they let him go around like that. Like,
yeah,
it's just like a good friend be like, no, that ain't it.
Yeah,
like, that's not it.
Take that out, man. I'm just trying to be cool, bro. That's not cool, bro. That's corny.
Yeah, that's.
Take it out, bro. Because you can see his end because his hair's super straight. So you can see the stuff just ain't laying down like it's supposed to. It ain't a neat cornrow job. It's a dirty cornrow. Bro, how long y'all gonna keep him?
I'm trying to get rid of him now. Like, I was trying to get rid of it. See, I grew up around the game. Like, you can immediately see a difference in coaching, not talent, because you can see, hey, this guy's more talented than this guy. This guy's faster than this guy. This guy's smarter than this guy. This guy has a stronger arm than this guy. You can see talent. There were schematic problems with his game plan from game 1 to 9. It was like, and it's not, we're playing conference games. Like Jacksonville State, okay, that's not a conference game. You might not have years of knowledge on them. These are conference games. We ain't just start playing Miami. We ain't just start playing Clemson. We ain't just start playing. These are teams that we've been knowing about for years. There are archives of tapes on these teams. And schematically, you were unprepared. The only thing that's saving him is that he put up some points against Notre Dame. But again,
here's what we're looking at. During the last 2 hiring phases for Florida State, and it says a lot because we got to act like we know what the college coaching landscape looks like. Been a lot of coaching changes over the past 2 years. Florida State, during their last 2 coaching hires, has not been able to get a big name coach to the school. This is Florida State. No big name coach wants the job.
So I'm gonna ask you this. You know what? I'm gonna say this. If you can't get Mike Leach to come to Florida State, and he went to Mississippi State. It ain't nothing in Mississippi but fat cheerleaders that he loved to talk about.
If you think about it, Lane Kiffin went to Mississippi University of Mississippi. I'm sorry. I'm not calling y'all Ole Miss. I'm not even gonna call y'all by y'all name. I'm gonna treat y'all like the Washington football team. Lane Kiffin went to the University of Mississippi. Okay, well, who's the head coach at Mississippi State?
Mike Leach.
Right.
Why is my coach at Mississippi State? Why?
Right. Jimbo Fisher is at Texas A&M. Honestly, low key, watch this. Low key, and I'm gonna say this. And Florida Gator fans not gonna like this. No school in the state of Florida has a big name head coach because Dan Mullen is not one. He's more pomp and circumstance than substance.
He is there because of his relationship with Tim Tebow. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
It's one of them things where when I sit back and I look at it, the genie is out of the bottle for the state of Florida in football. Like I said, UCF doing what they did, you didn't need that. When Georgia State, I think a year ago, when Georgia State was playing Tennessee and they beat them, I was like, hey, I was happy because they're from Georgia. I don't like Tennessee. But I was like, hey, we don't need y'all doing that now. Stay in y'all lane. All the kids want to come to the University of Georgia. They don't want to go to Georgia Tech unless they're trying to get a degree in science or medicine or something like that. All the kids that want to play football, they come to the University of Georgia. We don't need y'all making no noise down there with the Panthers. And now we got kids, well, man, I'm going to play for the Georgia State Panthers. Oh, man, damn. Because, see, I ain't a Georgia State fan yet. I like Georgia State, but I ain't claiming Georgia State like I claim Georgia Tech in Georgia. You feel what I'm saying? I need Georgia to get another national championship for Georgia State. Do their thing. But if they do their thing, bro, we finna be hurt. We finna be hurt. We can't keep kids in the school in the state now because of the fact that it's only one school, so they go play someplace else. Imagine how Georgia just got back to national prominence. Imagine what happens if Georgia State is good, Georgia Southern good, Georgia Tech good. You see what I'm saying? That's too much. That's what's wrong with the state of Florida. I've been saying it for the past 5 or 6 years now. Nobody wants to believe it. They want to believe that this is the 80s and 90s. It's not. It's the 20s. It's not.
You have to recruit these kids on their level that they're at now. These are not your daddy's Florida State kids.
Troy, this is going to get worse, and it's not going to get better. Why? Because with what's going on in social issues and everything like that, you now have black kids saying, I'm going to a HBCU.
Yeah.
So that takes away from the talent pool. That's why I try and tell racists all the time. Be careful with what you're asking for. You don't want us around. We're not leaving the country. We're just going to stop dealing with you. But now you're going to be mad because what you have taken for granted will be gone. Alabama is not what they are. Florida ain't what they are. Georgia ain't what they are. Michigan ain't what they are. Ohio State is not what they are. Texas, we can keep going and going. Stop before you get your feelings hurt. Florida State, the schools in the state of Florida, this ain't turning around. This is not going to turn around. This is going to, it's going in that direction. And watch this. It ain't picked up speed yet either. Now, see, that's the sad part. It's headed in this direction, and it ain't even picked up speed. You feeling the effects of it right now. It ain't even full speed.
So here's what's funny, and I said this when Nick Saban did that walk with his kids, and you look at the recruiting changes. Look at Clemson recruiting. Look at Alabama recruiting. Like, Nick is the smartest coach in the world because he know how to get people that know stuff about stuff that he don't know and figure it out. Hey, coach, this major, you need to get with the boys, find out what they want to do, and let's get with it. And he got with it. What y'all need me to do?
Hey,
made a statement.
Hey, and you can't. The thing is, racists can't question Nick Saban.
No,
you ain't even come. You ain't. I wish you would send some hate mail to Nick Saban. You gonna have people coming to look for you.
Now you know, son. If Nick Saban leave, you got to change state. if Nick Saban leave, you got to find somewhere to go because your house is going to be burned down. It's like, come on, man. Come on.
Bro,
Right.
the thing is, I mean, the only thing I don't like about Nick Saban, he's at Alabama. That's it. But
I like because he win all the time.
Nah, that ain't it, man. I listen, winners.
I like winners. Hold on, don't get me wrong. I like winners, but I'm like, y'all keep telling me that the SEC is the toughest football conference in the land, and Alabama is still there. They still whooping everybody. Like, it was like when, you know what? It was like when the ACC and Florida State was at the top of the top, and everybody was like, oh, listen. In order to beat Florida State, you had to compete with Florida State. There was some tough teams back then. So I say the SEC is a tough conference. I won't say they're the best conference, but I say they're a tough conference simply because you got to deal with Alabama every year.
I'm going to put it like this. The SEC, Kirby Smart said something last year when he was talking about the problems that Jake Fromm was having. He said, you can't just throw the ball all the time. You got to be able to run the football. If you want to win in the SEC, you got to be able to run the football too. Just throwing it all over the place ain't gonna matter. So when you look at the SEC and you look at everybody else's conference, that is the most physical conference in college football. Mm-hmm. They still take pride in running the football. They take pride in running the football between the tackles. Like, it's not just necessarily predicated on speed. It's predicated on power. What Harbaugh has been trying to get that same aptitude mentality in Michigan since he got there with his satellite satellite camps and everything like that. Mm-hmm. He ain't been able to get it done. Listen, if you ain't prepared to hit and be hit for 12 games a season, because we can talk about whatever we want to. Come on. I like the ACC. I'm in ACC country. That's not bruising football. Mm. Clemson ain't going undefeated playing in the SEC for 12 games straight. That's not what's going to happen. And I think that's the statement that we need to make. If the SEC is not the toughest conference, who we pulling over from the other conference that went undefeated in their conference and they're going to walk through the SEC undefeated? Clemson.
Listen.
Michigan. Ohio State.
When the Pirate got in the SEC, everything from the change. And I kept telling people that when the Pirate got to Mississippi State, everything is going to change. And people don't want to believe me. I've been telling y'all about the Pirate since he was at Texas Tech. This man is a different kind of smart. He one of them smart for no damn reason smart. Like, who thinks of them pass combinations? Who does that? And then you think all he do is throw the ball. No, if you pay attention to it, he run the ball 45% of the time. But you're not paying attention because all you see is the bombs going off everywhere. You're not paying attention to it. You're paying attention to Michael Crabtrees and this player and that player. Gardner Minshew's. This man has done more with less. And now you put him in talent-rich SEC country. When I begged and pleaded with you fools to get him into Tallahassee. A man with a brain and Florida speed is a deadly combination. I'm just, I'm just saying. Like right now, he gonna get a couple shot value wins, but when he get the talent in the Mississippi State, it ain't gonna be pretty.
But now that's the thing. I don't know. He gonna get talent at Mississippi State to do what? Be ranked in the top 10? Be ranked in the top.
He's not gonna win. Let's be honest. He's not gonna win national championships because Mississippi State is not gonna get 5-star players. But what will come out of Mississippi State is a bunch of NFL players that was 3 and 4-star players, 3 and 2-star players that nobody believed in.
And you gonna see the occasion where his team gonna jump up and bite somebody. LSU, Alabama, Florida. I'm gonna say Florida, Georgia. A team out of conference. Hope if we can move past COVID-19 next year with the pandemic and get back on a regular schedule. His team is going to jump up and bite some folks. Now, I'm not going to take that away from him. But, at the end of the day, the what you and I were used to when we were watching football, I think that's a thing of the past.
Yeah, it is.
I think that's really a thing of the past.
But
I think
But Theo, hope is on the way. Hope is on the way. Wonder why hope is on the way? Because prime time is coaching. All I need him to do is give me 2 good years at Southern. Just 2. I'm sorry, Jacksonville's, wait, he had Southern. So give me 2 good years.
If I was Deion.
Listen, if Deion put up 2 solid years of great offensive numbers, what you think? It didn't even matter what you think gonna happen. The whole Brinks truck is gonna drive from Tallahassee.
Stay where you at, Deion. Stay where you at, Deion. Stay where you at, Deion.
No, I'm gonna be sitting on top of the Brinks truck.
Stay where you at. I want to see Jackson State play for a national championship. Stay where you at, Deion. I want to see Jackson State. I want to see Jack. You know what? Because I missed it. I missed it. Fam, you played FSU one time, right?
Mm-hmm. Way back in the day.
I missed it.
No. Fam, you played Miami in 78 and beat Miami in 78.
Yeah. I wanna get back to them days, the 8 schools on television playing other schools, and they actually stand a chance beating ass. That's what I want to see.
And in the next 2 years, I want Jackson State to knock off of LSU, knock somebody off.
Stay where you at. I want HBCU games televised on other places besides NBC and BET. I want to see HBCU games on ESPN. Now that said, I want to see the same type of competition that I would see if I'm watching a Big 10, you know what I'm saying, Big 12, SEC, college football game. The only way we get that is if we got these coaches staying right where they are. Stay where you at, Deion. Stay at Jackson.
I'm selfish. I want Deion.
I know you're selfish. I know you want him. But watch this. You want Deion. Deion would come to Florida State. And if he struggled during the first half of his first season, them same people that were showing out, going to show out. And Deion Sanders has done way too much for the Florida State program to ever have to endure any of those shenanigans. Any of them.
I think.
Prime time.
That small number of people that might try to show out might get whooped by the people that are my age and older that remember Deion. I think that might be an issue. But again, I can only hope because all the nonsense I had and
watch this. Hold on. There's another reason why Deion might not be able to come to Florida State because we don't need to act like this didn't happen. Deion went to Jackson State and turned him into an Under Armour school. Deion was contracted with Under Armour before he made that move. His high school was outfitted by Under Armour. So when you talk about Deion Sanders going someplace else in the future, we talking money. We just ain't talking about money from the school though, because we don't know how much Deion Sanders getting paid from Under Armour.
You know what?
Who did he start off with, Troy?
He started off with Nike.
Yeah, so listen. We don't know how that relationship dissolved, but it dissolved. He went Under Armour.
I'm gonna say this. I hope Deion get all the money that Rick Pitino got from that bullshit contract he had in Louisville. I hope he get every penny.
Because he gonna get it. For the fans that don't know, Deion Sanders tried to be a rapper. He actually dropped some music back in the day. Y'all might want to research it. And if I'm not mistaken, one of the rap songs that Deion Sanders dropped was "Must Be the Money."
Oh, God.
Y'all go look that up. Deion Sanders, "Must Be the Money." YouTube, yeah. Deion Sanders, the Deion Sanders with the curly perm, the Jerry curl.
Hey, y'all, hold on. Y'all got it twisted. As soon as I get my $34,000, I'm gonna get me some Deion hair too. Man, Deion got brand new hair that he have the last 8 years. Give me my 34. I'm gonna get me some Deion hair.
Troy, you see me?
That's what we do.
That's
how we doing. That's how we doing. That's what we do. That's what we do on the podcast now. That's what we're doing now.
Shout out to my mom and dad and my for blessing me with these genes to still have long flowing hair at the age of 52. It's still growing. But yeah, no, man, listen.
Sometimes it's your own people. Sometimes it's your own people.
Listen, They gonna have to pay Deion. Listen, that's gonna be. He gonna have 2 contracts. For Deion Sanders to be lured to Florida State and Nike gotta come correct. That's a lot on the table, bro. He didn't build a strong relationship with Under Armour. The only other dude that I'm sorry that chose Under Armour over Nike is Dwayne Johnson. He got a huge Under Armour following. I'm like, man, I want to rock your shoes, bro, because you got the bull on them. We both Tauruses. I can't rock no Under Armour, bro. I can't do that.
So, since, it's one sport that we kind of avoided for a while. And we avoided that sport because, I had been begging for the fisticuffs in baseball.
Yeah,
and
man.
baseball gave me the matchup for the fisticuffs. And it never quite popped off. It was like, yeah, no, we're not throwing at nobody. We just going to go. And my daddy Rays, because I am not a Rays fan. So I am cheering for the Rays for my daddy. My daddy Rays put the smackdown on the Yankees. And we, at the beginning of the year, and I think it wasn't John Cryer, I forget, Chipper Jones said at the beginning of the year, the Rays got a chance to win it all. And I was like, the Rays? What is he talking about? And we all was like, the Rays? Are they going to beat the Yankees? Are they going to beat and we just couldn't figure it. And then, ever since Kevin Cash said, I got a staff full of dudes that throw 90 miles an hour. I don't think they lost since he said that.
Bro, speed kills. If your slowest pitcher is throwing a 90-mile-an-hour slow ball, come on, bro. Like honestly, I wanted the Yankees to win. Yes, y'all that are checking us in for the first time. I'm a huge diehard Yankee fan. I'm also a Braves fan, so at least I got my consolation pick in the damn playoffs. But bruh, the only thing that makes it, because I from Florida. When you live in Florida, you from Georgia, you like both states. It's hot. In Georgia, it's hot, it's beautiful. We got Georgia peaches, but we also got gnats. In Florida, you got the oranges, no gnats. So you got the best of both worlds, depending on how that thing flip. But let's look at this how it is though. I was rooting for the Rays. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that the Rays are where they are. I don't like who they playing. That speaks volumes for Major League Baseball.
So
I don't like who they playing. They shouldn't be playing them. The black eye on the sport, they already got one. Are you really finna deal with the Houston Astros being two-time
it's okay,
World Series champion?
It's okay. It's 3-0. It's okay. Relax. It's 3-0. And I'm gonna be honest with you.
They shouldn't even be in the postseason. The Houston Astros shouldn't even be in the postseason. They should not be. And that is a slap in the face of when we talk about, oh, you know what? Here we go. I don't like it. Y'all get mad if you want to. We do like cheaters. We like the New England Patriots. We like Donald Trump. And we like the Houston Astros. We actually reward cheaters. Cheaters, and we don't strike nothing. We don't put no asterisks by their name. Only if they played in the bubble. You ain't got to cheat, but if you played in the bubble, we're going to put an asterisk by your name. But you can have Spygate. You can have Deflategate. You can have a tuck rule. You can have sign stealing gate. You can do all this. We ain't gonna put no asterisk by it. We're gonna hold a BS investigation just to say we looked into the matter. But at the end of the day, it ain't gonna change nothing. You still the World Series champion.
So we'll get to my Joe Montana and Warren Moon thing later. Anyway, going into the season, the only bright spot about the Houston Astros is they hired Dusty Baker. And Dusty Baker is one of them dudes that he deserves a ring. He's put in the work for years and years, and this man is in his late 70s, 78, I think. In his late 70s, and he's still doing this, and he loves it. He don't have no ego about it. He's doing this because he loves it. And so, as a black fan, I am torn a little bit for Dusty Baker and Dusty Baker only. But the rest of it, my daddy Rays, I want my daddy Rays to win, period. Because I've been saying for a while, it's been an angel since that Yankee series. It's been an angel in the outfield, and you can't tell me nothing else other than that's my dad in the outfield for them. Because they've been on the tear ever since Kevin Cash made that statement.
How about this one? Let's have if we can pray to the baseball gods, can we get a Tampa Bay Atlanta World Series matchup?
Oh, that'd be beautiful. That'd be beautiful. that'd be my daddy Rays and my granddaddy Braves playing in the World Series. That'd be beautiful.
Yeah, it would.
Man,
come on, man. You've been avoiding this. You've been avoiding this for a minute. Now you talked about it. We didn't talk baseball. You just finished talking about baseball. We talked college football. We talked professional football. We've been doing this show for a minute now tonight, and we ain't gave no props. We're gonna talk about Joe Montana, some other stuff. No, man. No. I know
we apologize to the people. Hold on, we apologize to Chase Claypool because Chase.
No, I ain't even talking about that. Let's talk about it. We ain't give it enough. We talked about how people feel about him and everything like that, but we ain't talk. The man won an NBA title. The man won an NBA title. This is our first show since that man won the NBA title, and we have not talked about that man accomplishing.
We started out the show talking about LeBron.
No, we ain't talking about you did.
Listen.
You did. But we ain't talking about that man winning. What we talked about is comparing him to Michael Jordan.
So
that said, we ain't talking about him winning.
This NBA, and I'll be like straight up honest with you, this NBA Finals, I felt some type of way about it because I couldn't really. I didn't hate LeBron in this Finals, and I didn't. You know what I mean? It was not like basketball is at its best when you have a villain and you have a hero. And depending on who you're rooting for, there's a villain and there's a hero. And so, like, Jimmy Butler was kind of my sympathetic hero, but because of everything that's going on, COVID, social injustice, I did not have that person that I can go,
no, the villain,
I don't like that dude.
The villain had already been defeated. The villain got beat up by one of the Teen Titans. The Clippers were the villains.
All right, let's just talk about it. Because
and they got sent home between lemon pepper wings and making little shade videos and telling people you are an all-star when you really just a star. You know, George Paul. You know, they were the villains. Mouth almighty, tough, everlasting, ain't satisfied unless something's happened. That's who they were.
You know what? And so it takes you have to do a lot to get on my FU list. And this has been building since season 1 with this Doc Rivers thing. Doc Rivers has now made my FU list, and here's why.
Why you got a problem with Doc Rivers?
Because forever I've been saying there is a privilege in this world that we as people do not enjoy. And 15 minutes after he got fired, he was on his way to Philadelphia. And the first thing I get in my inbox is, so where's that white privilege now? Because people who paid attention, I have been very, very, very outspoken about the fact that he is the only coach that has a multiple, in the history of the NBA, multiple.
Hold on, they say white privilege. You should have nipped that in the bud by saying, who the hell was they interviewing before he got fired? Because there are other black coaches that were available, and none of them were looking at being hired. But who were they looking at immediately for the job for the 76ers? A coach who ain't won an NBA title. Ain't ever played for an NBA title.
I understand all of this. But again, I say, Ty Lue should not be interviewing for the Houston Rockets job.
No,
Ty Lue should already be hired for the 76ers. Unless he turned down the 76ers, he should have been the 76ers coach, period.
Keep going, though, because we got more than Doc Rivers and we got more than Ty Lue. Let's talk about Mark Jackson being in the analyst booth.
I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But Doc Rivers, hold on, wait. Let me explain this because it's gonna make it seem like all jokes aside, because I make a lot of jokes about Doc Rivers, I am strictly speaking on his record. His record should give you pause because of what happened in LA. Not what happened in Boston, what happened in LA. That should have been some pause. That being said, I'm glad he got a job because there needs to be more black coaches. And it gives me more opportunities to make jokes. And it's good for content, it's good for the podcast.
I think, Troy, I think all things being equal, there are some things we need to take into consideration when we talk about Doc Rivers and we talk about other players as well. I'm a huge Steelers fan. I have fair expectations going into the season. Well, I had fair expectations going into every season prior to this one. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick were over there in New England. Wasn't necessarily concerned about the AFC North. I was concerned about this dude over here and this coach over here. Because I'm looking at my personnel. And when I'm looking at my personnel, I got 3 bitches complaining. I didn't have the 3 Bs. I had the 3 bitches. I had the 3 Bs for a season. After that, it became the 3 bitches. Bitching about money. Bitching about playing time. Bitching about how many times you going to throw me the football. We never got there. I say that to say this. Doc Rivers was never Phil Jackson. You beat Phil Jackson. You had, and when you beat Phil Jackson, you had some dogs. And Phil Jackson had a squad that didn't, aside from Kobe, really didn't know what it took to win the NBA final. So you got them. But when you ran it back, Paul Gasol went and put on some muscle and everything like that so he could bang around with Kevin Durant, and Andrew Bynum figured, just because I got a torn ACL don't mean I still can't give your big court, your front court the business. Andrew Bynum gave the Boston Celtics front court the business game 1. Game 1 through game 4, game 5 or whatever. And he tore his ACL in game 1. Doc Rivers is Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers ain't never had the talent that Phil Jackson had. Maybe 1 year. Maybe 1 year. So when we look at Doc Rivers, he got to the Clippers. The Clippers were the laughing stock of the NBA. He made them respectable. That's all he was ever going to do with the Clippers, is make them respectable. You're going to come from Boston where you had the talent, you had the support, you had the fan base to get you a world championship. You coming to LA to the Clippers, you're never going to have the talent. Because if we look at it, Chris Paul is an NBA All-Star, but Chris Paul ain't that dude. Blake Griffin ain't that dude. DeAndre Jordan definitely ain't that dude. Kawhi Leonard. Well, hell, we've already said Kyle Lowry was the leader of that Toronto Raptors team. Kawhi Leonard is a superstar, but I even gave him a nickname of Quiet Leonard. You ain't leading me nowhere. You'll help me win. You know what I'm saying? You Superman, but you ain't finna go come up with a plan to beat somebody. You ain't finna do all that. Okay, who we looking at he got? He got Quiet Leonard and Paul George. At the end of the day, the expectations that people have for Doc Rivers, I don't have them same expectations when I look at what's going on in the league. LeBron James is still in the league. If LeBron, hold on, Troy. Here we go. Honest question. Because LeBron James has never played for an NBA Hall of Fame coach. Doc Rivers is going to the NBA Hall of Fame as a head coach. Question. If Doc Rivers had LeBron James on his roster, you think he didn't play for another NBA title?
Of course. He's the best player in this era right now. Like
okay,
in the last 7 years, there's been what, 2 years, 3 years that he wasn't the best player?
Right.
Maybe.
So when we look at this thing, and I'm not giving him any excuses. What I'm saying is fair expectations have to be there. There are times when him going to the Philadelphia 76ers, he's not finna win an NBA title with the Philadelphia 76ers. He's going to lift them to respectability, but unless they can get somebody that's a ball handler and a perimeter shooter, because that's what they need, put Ben Simmons at small forward, Joel Embiid at the 5, go get you a ball handler and a legitimate knockdown shooter. If he ain't got that, all he's going to do is keep the Philadelphia 76ers relevant. Let's stop with the unfair expectation. He wasn't going to win no NBA title.
I am not, and this has been, you will not hear me do a critique on Doc Rivers coaching on that 76ers squad unless they do wholesale changes. And here's why.
But,
Ben Simmons can't.
The coach for Houston, who's a better coach, him or Doc Rivers?
Doc Rivers.
Okay, now if we're looking at
hold
the grand scheme,
on. Let me explain why I said that real quick, because I said that real quick, and y'all heard me bash Doc Rivers. Let's be clear. Doc Rivers believes in defense. Doc Rivers believes in constructing a team to win a championship. Houston's old coach, the only thing he wanted to do was prove that he was the smartest man in the room. That's why he took a little league squad to the playoffs.
But what I'm saying is that, like I said, me and you've been watching sports for a long, long time now. And you can look at guys that, okay, they're going to be good, but they ain't going to necessarily have the it factor. We like Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant ain't winning no NBA finals in Brooklyn. And it ain't got nothing. It's a combination of things. Kevin Durant, it's you. Kyrie Irving, it's you. Steve Nash, it's you. Brooklyn, it's you. Now, are you going to make it to the playoffs?
Hold on.
Are they going to make it to the playoffs? Yes, Brooklyn is going to make it to the playoffs. But who they finna beat? Kyrie Irving don't have that in him. Kevin Durant, I'm sorry, Kevin, these are not the Golden State Warriors. You're going to actually have to carry your weight on this one.
So
it ain't where you looking around every night as Kevin Durant and you like, I got 30 from Steph, 30 from Clay, and 20 from Draymond. I'm gonna drop in my own 30, and we got this W. No. That ain't what that.
Wait, hold on. Listen, hold on now. They kept Spencer Dinwiddie for a reason. That boy can ball.
Spencer did. What I'm saying, it ain't nothing with Spencer. Hold on, because I play with them in 2K. They got Clarence LeVert. They got Spencer Dinwiddie. They got Jordan Allen. It's not like I don't like them pieces, but even in the game, I gotta take over because Kyrie getting skint the hell up. So that's a defensive liability issue. Now, hold on. Troy, you watch basketball more than I do. I'm gonna ask you a question because I saw this dude. The Bucs stole game 2 from me. Eastern Conference semifinals. It's a little boy that started. I'm calling him a little boy. He just short. He taller than me though. They started point guard for the Milwaukee Bucks. Little short, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I got because I got to remember who on that squad because all the real people we really know is Giannis and White Dante. That's it.
Yeah. No. It's the boy. It's the boy that started at point guard. That boy can't be stopped. That boy come in giving everybody the business.
Oh, let me see what their roster looks
like. So what is and the boy bigger than Kyrie? What is Kyrie going to do with this?
Man, let me see what their point guard is.
I can't think of the boy name.
George Hill is one point guard.
George Hill is the Eric Bledsoe. Yeah. Bruh, Eric Bledsoe can't be stopped. Eric Bledsoe nice with it. Kyrie not finna do nothing with that. And then George Hill shaking with it too. So no, who is these dudes?
The reason the Bucs did Eric Bledsoe is he is more of a classic street shooter than your boy from Denver. He will get you 25 points, and then you don't see him for 4 games. So, because when he get to you, he get to you. But when he ain't giving it to you.
What I'm saying is Kyrie is a defensive liability.
Yeah.
And I read somewhere today that the Nets actually played better when Kyrie got hurt. It's like, well, damn, ain't that the same thing that happened in Boston? And I don't want to go too far away from it. What I'm saying is my expectations of Doc Rivers as the coach in LA were different than everybody else's expectations. Now, this year was the year to have the expectations if you were going to have them. But if you are being honest as a basketball fan and you sit back and you look at and you sit back and you look at Kawhi Leonard and you look at Paul George and then you look at Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly is not Rajon Rondo.
No.
He's not. But now watch this. Rajon Rondo don't start. Patrick Beverly does. The Lakers actually had a point guard that could get them some buckets. some buckets. Not a whole bunch. Get us some buckets. So when you look at Doc Rivers, and I'm like, you got a good team.
You will not. You will not get away with talking like Alex Caruso gonna get you 20 and 5.
That's not what I said. I said he gonna get you some buckets. I ain't say a whole lot. He gonna get. Look, I got you 6 right here. I got you 12 right here. I like Alex Caruso to start at point guard and score more points than Patrick Beverly. You ain't finna leave Alex Caruso out there by the 3-point line without saying, "Oh shit, oh shit."
Because he looked like the 85-year-old church league dude. Of course, you're not leaving the church league dude open.
You look at now. Watch this. You ain't even looking at Patrick Beverly the same way you look at Rajon Rondo from the 3-point line. You ain't looking at Patrick Beverly saying, "Oh shit." You looking at Rajon Rondo like, "Uh-oh." You know, you look like you looking at Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly got to beat you off the dribble, which is a damn shame for a dude that's short because he should have a mid-range jumper that's wet. He does not. So when you're being fair, I'm just being honest. If you're being fair, the LA Clippers had a team that, yes, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, other pieces, you should be able to compete for an NBA championship. But if you get LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and cats that have been there before, know how to get it done and buy in, and then let's not forget the coaching staff. I knew right away.
That was a difference.
I knew right away when they hired Frank Vogel. I was like, oh, I see what y'all just did. Y'all know the Lakers aren't as athletic as some of these other teams, so you brought in a defensive specialist. This dude made fly adjustments on the fly. I have always looked at Frank Vogel and admired how the Indiana Pacers played defense, and they ain't played defense like that since he been gone. So when we look at these expectations about Doc Rivers got the job at Philadelphia because Doc Rivers was the most qualified applicant.
Hey,
he just
Theo,
happened to be black.
You know what? Cause see, I'm just curious because I'm almost sure Frank Vogel was on that staff that beat LeBron.
Yeah, he was. You
Sure.
talking with the Dallas Mavericks? With the Dallas Mavericks, and they said run the zone.
Mm-hmm. I'm almost sure he was on that staff.
Listen, at the end of the day, Frank Vogel was the perfect hire. I like what they said about Rich Paul, how Rich Paul need to get 2 rings from the Los Angeles Lakers. Because they say 7 players from Clutch Sports play for the Lakers. Who else can say that, bro? You got 5 to 7 clients that play for the championship team.
Not since Kobe.
Come on, bro.
One agency had so many players from one agency. And that agent is now, ironically, the GM.
Are you on the stove still?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me know when done.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, ironically, there is only one that coaching move again was brilliant. From a coaching perspective, again, Doc, LA Clippers, and the Dallas Cowboys, I looked at them the same. Over the last 8, I'm not making this up. I'm not doing this to make fun of Doc. I'm just saying, when you are expecting them to do better, they don't. So that, again, what he did in Boston, what he did in Orlando was incredible. The LA spectacle, again, for other reasons.
It's just bad. It's bad. Okay, you got Blake Griffin out of college. Blake Griffin is a dunker. I like you being able to dunk, but can you get a 15, 20-foot jumper? Blake didn't have a 15, 20-foot jumper coming out of college, but you got it. Then you got Chris Paul. Chris Paul, I like Chris Paul, but I wouldn't want Chris Paul as my point guard.
Listen.
And this is what you got. And then you got DeAndre Jordan. I'm just saying, like, you got DeAndre Jordan. He has no low post moves. He has a dunk. So when you Doc Rivers, if you're an LA Clipper fan and this is what you had, you didn't have anything that was going to get you something. You named your team Lob City for a reason.
So when it comes to, and I tell people this all the time when they talk about Blake Griffin, you have to go to Blake Griffin's brother. He was the dog in the family. Had he not got injured, we probably wouldn't be talking about Blake. But Blake's brother was a beast. He was high flying, dunking. Please don't let this man get on the break. Just for the sake of your family, just move. Just don't. Had he not got injured, we probably wouldn't hear about Blake. And everybody put, because of Blake's physical gifts, heaped all of that praise, all of that expectations on Blake. And it wasn't fair to Blake. I make fun of Blake Griffin, but it wasn't fair because he wasn't that kid. But, and I'm going to end it on this. What happened in LA, yes, Doc had to go because there had to be changes. There are some coaches that will take you to that point to where you get to the mountaintop, and then they hire another coach to get you over. It's a different type of coach to get you to the promised land. Every coach ain't built like that. And
every coach not built like that. And Doc Rivers, like I said, for all it's said and done, I have fair expectations when I look at teams. And when I look at teams, the Clippers, I never saw them as a championship contending team. I don't see the Philadelphia 76ers as a championship contending team. I see the Boston Celtics as they're currently constructed as a championship contending team. I'm going to give props to the Miami Heat. I didn't see them as a championship contending team, but the emergence of one Tyler Hero has it like that. You got Jimmy Butler, you got Bam Adebayo, you got Tyler Hero, and you got I'm forgetting the point guard's name.
Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and you heard it here first. I'm good at this prediction stuff, Theo. There is one dude in Milwaukee that's got sweet eyes on Miami. Got some very, very sweet eyes on Miami because Milwaukee either got to sign him to a long-term deal or trade him this in December. As a matter of fact, because that's when the new season starts, December, January. They're going to have to make some moves. And from now until the new season starts, because I don't know when they're going to do player movements and all of that stuff and draft and all. I think draft is going to be next month. Milwaukee got a lot of work to do in 2 months. Like, for the players that get to go home and rest, that front office, they got to sell him on what we're going to do to make this a win. Because the pieces that they have in place, they don't have the big men to compete. Bam showed them that. They don't have the point guard to compete because Goran is old. Goran ain't no spring chicken. He old, and he gave them that work. Small forward is the only thing they got. They don't have no power forward because Bam showed them you ain't got nobody down here. So I don't know who's out there. Like, I legitimately don't know who Milwaukee can go get and be like, we're going to be a winner. They don't have the draft picks. Like, and looking at
the thing is that if you're Milwaukee, and this would be the advice that I would give to any small market team, a la Golden State. You better be on point with your drafts, and you better be on point with your coaching staff, because that's how Golden State got good. You're looking at Milwaukee, and Golden State is a small market team. I don't care about them being in San Francisco, California, whatever. That's still a small market team. You look at Milwaukee, you pinned your hopes on Chris Middleton. Now, if Chris Middleton was doing what he was supposed to be doing, and DiVincenzo was doing what he was doing, I don't think we have any questions about Giannis, because you got these guys through the draft. They not doing that. Chris Middleton, hit and miss. DiVincenzo, you might get 10, 15 a night, but that's not what you need with a Giannis. Giannis don't have another person with him. He needs somebody else that's going to give him 30, 25, 20, 30. He ain't got nobody like that. Now, with that said, I don't see anybody like that that's getting ready to become available that would even consider going to Milwaukee.
And that's why I say he got sweet eyes on Miami. And he's not wrong. He absolutely not wrong. And
bro, why not?
He's
take
not
your brother
wrong.
with you. Yeah, take your brother with you. You got a brother with you in Milwaukee. Take your brother, because your other brother in LA. I don't know how you feel right now. Your brother got a championship ring before you did. Like, that's real, G. I'm keeping that. Okay. Matter of fact, it's 2 uncomfortable conversations getting ready to be had in different households over the holidays. The Antetokounmpo household and the Morris household, because everybody had an opportunity to get a ring, and it's gonna be brothers sitting down at the Thanksgiving table and at the Christmas table, not saying nothing. And I'm guaranteeing they're just gonna sit there and they're gonna have their hand on the table with the ring. How's everybody doing? Man, shut up. Bruh. Is it the middle brother that's got the ring or the youngest brother that's got the ring? Which one got the ring?
No, the youngest brother is in Milwaukee. I think
Is
the
it the
middle
baby?
brother. Yeah, the middle brother the middle brother's in LA.
The middle brother in LA got him a ring. I know he called Giannis up on the phone. You feel what I'm saying? Giannis had, congratulations, bro. You got a ring.
I don't think the fight gonna break out. No, the Antetokounmpo house ain't gonna have the fight. That Morris house, them dudes scrap. Them dudes, it's gonna be one too many words said over the gravy, and it's gonna go down.
Now watch this. It's gonna be the one from the Clippers that started, because the one from the Lakers, he was very mild-mannered during the playoffs. You know, the one from the Clippers was the one hitting people, you know, taking little jabs. The other one for the Lakers, bro, I'm just out here to knock down these threes, bro. I'm just out here to knock down these threes. Bro, I'm just out here to hit step back three, side step three, play some defense. Bro, I ain't here for all that, bro. I'm just here to. That's gonna be that's gonna be some funny conversations.
Yeah, because Mama just gonna move the whole bird. She just, it's gonna go down. Let me move this bird. It's gonna go down.
Watch this. You know, can't nobody say something slick, man. You just mad because I got a ring before you did. Like them. That's the argument stopper right there, man. You just tripping because I got a ring before you did. Like, don't care how you slice it. That's the end all say all. Shut up. That's why I got a ring before you did.
Oh man. So, I mean, you know, we hit on a bunch of stuff. It's season 3, and I guess, you know, like I said before, there's never too much time to bash Tom Brady. It's just never too much time to bash Tom Brady. Like, I remember as a young man when Joe Montana went to Kansas City, and everybody was like, "Oh, he washed up." The GOAT washed up, and Joe.
AFC Championship, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Joe was like, "Washed up? What you talking about? Oh, you got old washed up Marcus Allen." Marcus Allen was like, "Washed up? Who you talking to like that?"
Bro.
Listen,
that's different though, bro. Don't do that. First of all, don't ever compare the great Joe Montana to Tom Brady. Don't you ever do that. That's disrespectful.
I'm not making the comparison, but at the beginning of season 2, I said, in order for him, and he really still couldn't do it, but in order for him to even have that conversation, to get in the same neighborhood with Joe Montana, he had to come to Tampa Bay.
He ain't even in the same conversation with Terry Bradshaw. Like, y'all gonna put some. Now, hold on. I'm about like LeBron James with Terry Bradshaw. Y'all gonna put some respect on his damn name.
Hold on. Listen, I just said the same neighborhood. Now, just listen to what I'm saying.
I need it to be Joe Montana and Terry's neighborhood. It needs to be Joe and Terry's neighborhood.
No, it's Joe, Terry, and Warren. What are you talking about? Let's be
Joe,
fair
Terry,
here. And Warren Moon. Joe, Terry, and Warren Moon.
Yeah. Joe, Terry, and Warren Moon. I'm with that. Joe, Terry, and Warren. He ain't done.
So all this yibba yabbing the Bucs fans and all try, you just hating, blah blah blah. Your Raiders, blah blah blah. Listen, dog. One thing my Raiders don't have is a question at quarterback. One thing nobody wants to talk about is the question at quarterback. Because the only difference between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is the Indianapolis Colts got a quarterback that ain't never been nothing, so they can talk about him all day long. Because Tom Brady got a few rings, they don't really want to say he got a piece you to arm.
You know, Phillip Rivers don't even remind me of, and this is sad. I don't know how many of our fans remember the movie Any Given Sunday starring Jamie Foxx, but there was actually a guy that played the quarterback ahead of Jamie Foxx. Tom Brady. No, I'm sorry, not Tom Brady, because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to Tom Brady. Phillip Rivers don't even remind me of that dude. Like when I don't know who was impressed to co-sign Phillip Rivers. Like when they signed him, I was like,
being fair, when we had our predictions, I said, "Ooh, they signed Phillip Rivers. That might do something. They might go 8. This is what I said. Ooh, they might do something. They might go 8-8 and win the division. 8-8 and win the division. And now, if Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback, they probably would be a shoe-in to win the division and probably be a top seed in the playoffs.
Bruh, they benched Jacoby Brissett for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
You sat Jacoby Brissett behind an aging veteran that had nothing to offer him. Jacoby Brissett was your starter.
You got in it. He got weapons, but he want to gamble, and he want to throw passes like 25-year-old him, but he has 55-year-old reactions now. And the DB's seeing it. He got that wind up too long. It don't come off the arm with the same velocity, and they picking him off. And if I'm the defense for the Indianapolis Colts, he gonna have to see me after the game. Throw one more pick six. If I'm a Buccaneer defensive back, if I'm a Buccaneer defensive player, Tom, you yell at one more person after you threw a pick six, it's gonna be me and you in the locker room. Now, that of course is probably gonna end their career when they beat up Tom Brady. That's beside the point.
It is what it is, bro. First of all, I don't know who Tom yelling at because I got to be all the way wrong for you to yell at me like that.
Like,
I don't like nobody yelling at me.
I mean, it is what it is, but you know what? Marlo wish she was here. I really wish she was here, especially after.
Marlo probably fishing. Marlo probably fishing. That's what Marlo at. Marlo probably getting some more of that mullet. You're gonna have to see Marlo about that because that's probably what Marlo got going on.
But all right, it has been good to be back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Every Thursday night we'll film and we'll have clips coming out or every Wednesday night we have clips coming out from Thursday through Sunday, and the full show will be out by Sunday. So again, everybody, I want to thank y'all for coming out. We'll be streaming live on Facebook from here on out also. Good night, everyone.
Yes. Good night. Shout out to my Steelers. Y'all hold it down. Georgia, good luck this weekend against Alabama. We're going to need that. Lord, we're going to need that. Hey, we need that. Hold on. Shout out to my Steelers. Hey, don't get caught up in that foolishness with the Cleveland Browns this weekend.
We was almost done. We was almost done. We was almost out the door.
We out the door. Hey, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Hey.